Hi, I'm Mel from Amazon 24 Fitness, and today I'm going to go through one of the moves, which is a squat. So a lot of people, if you've been going to the gym or you've been exercising, you've probably done squats before, and to be fair, we squat all the time when we sit down on a chair, when we sit down anywhere. Okay, so what I want to do though is kind of give you a bit of a rundown of what you need to look for and identify by performing the squat and making sure that we do it correctly and safely. There's some really cool programs out there that include squats. You've also got the squat challenge, which gets you to do very repetitive movements each day, which is great, but if you haven't got the proper movement or you don't know the actual technique, it can actually be a little bit damaging. Now what the squat does, it really builds up on our legs and our glutes. So it's a very big compound movement, so it works on the quads, the hamstrings, which is the back of the leg, the bum muscles, but also if we get some really good stabilising core muscles, we can perform it really well, and overall it gives us a great posture. So what we need to look out for is if we're going to just do squats with body weight, this is how we get ourselves into the move. Now hopefully you've already done a mobility warm-up, which was in my previous video. So what we're going to do is set ourselves up. We're going to go shoulder width apart, so the inside of your heel needs to be kind of the same width as the outside of your shoulder. So obviously everyone's going to have a different stance depending on their height and width. The toes can be just slightly out, so you don't want to be full on, okay? Just bring that out, it kind of releases the hip a little bit. And again, you've got to identify by how you do these and perform these exercises of how the hips are performing as well, because then we can get very tight muscles. And I'll kind of go through that in a second. So we want to have our feet in this particular position. We want to keep our chest up. What we don't want to do, this move is very knee and hip dominant. But we also want to have some mobility in the ankles, but what we don't want to be doing is falling forward. If you're kind of looking at the floor, then we need to address that. You need to be looking up, chest nice and proud. So I'm just going to do a couple of repetitions for you, and then I'll go through just each stage and things to look out for. Have your hands out in front of you, just do a little bit of counterbalance. And we're just going to sit down into the heels of our feet and push ourselves back up again. Now by doing a few of these repetitions, you can see the chest stays up. So my back is nice and straight and stable. There's no pressure in my lower back whatsoever, and I can feel the squeeze as I stand up in my butt, okay, in your glutes. Also you'll see that my knees stay over the feet, okay? So we don't want any buckling in. Alright, we don't want to be pushing too far forward, but we want them out and nice and safe. Now I go quite low. Don't think that you have to go that low straight away. Even if you get to here, okay, we are looking to go about knee depth. If you can get to here with a really good technique, then that's fine, and we can work on that as things start to move a little bit better. But this is a good squat range, down to the knee, and then you push back up again. When we push, we don't want to be pushing into the toes. We want to keep pushing into the heels because that activates the legs a lot better. If you push into the toes, you'll end up falling forward, and that's what we don't want to do. So push into the heels, keep the chest up, drive the hips. What we want to do is keep the chest higher than the hip as we stand ourselves back up. So we're here, chest stays higher. What we don't want to do is have the hip come up and then drive up. We start to put pressure on our lower back. If you find that you are toppling forward or you can't get very low, there could be just a little bit of mobility issues either in the ankle or in the thoracic part of the spine, which is generally just above the lumbar, which is a very common cause, tightness. If you're quite sedentary, or if you sat about, shoulders are rolled forward. So we can do a few things, we can move that. One for the ankles, and sit down and pushing forward over, sit down a little bit more, push forward over, and what we're doing is we're just trying to get more mobility in the ankle. So by sitting down, pushing these out, kind of just coming over onto the ankle a little bit, getting a bit of movement. If you can't do that, just come up against a wall. Okay, and push down and just get a little bit of movement in the ankles there. If the thoracic spine is, you think that's what's causing that you can't drop your hips. Then go back to that mobility move that we did before. And just get a little bit more rolling in there. The more you practice those and the more you move and do those mobility movements, the better your body will respond and you can do better squats. Now if you're ready to do some weight and you're not at the gym, okay, you can grab something that's weighted. It doesn't have to be a piece of gym equipment, but something that's going to challenge you. Obviously this is the kettlebell. You can get these in shops, anywhere pretty much, online. So get back into your position, you can hold it just underneath the handle, keep it in front of you and drive, yeah? It's all about the technique, guys. If you then want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can add a pulse. So pulse here and push. Each time making sure those knees are out and you're pushing into the heels of your feet. So there's a really quick demo, okay? Really quick instruction of certain squats. If at all that you do struggle to get really low or you feel your knees are weak or hips are weak, what you can do, excuse me, but you want it about height of your knees, nothing really lower. Just stand in front, again, shoulder width apart. As soon as you feel the tap, stand back up. And that will give you a little bit of confidence to keep that chest up and start putting some more trust into your legs. So try those out, okay? See how you get on. Each one or each video that comes out, I'm just going to go through some of the simple movements that we see all the time, but just break it down so you really know how you can do it safely and effectively, especially if you're working out at home. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. Cheers.